In today's video, we're going to take a look at the EURUSD liquidity grab that happened over the past 24 hours, and I'll show you guys where I think this market could be going over the next 24 hours. Okay, so if you saw yesterday's video, just before FOMC, the area that I was looking at was 1.063. And this area up here is what I mentioned as a potential target when the euro was trading down here in this area, coming off of this support level that I also talked about in yesterday's video. So the market was trading down here pre-FOMC. I even told VIP members that I was looking for something like this from the euro, right? And we certainly got that and then some. So the reason that I knew that there was a decent amount of liquidity back here is there's no indicator that shows you this. It's just a matter of reading the price action. And looking here at the daily time frame, you can see this big red candle right here. Okay, on Wednesday, the market opened. Okay, we got a little bit of a retracement of this candle, but for the most part, the market just moved straight lower into FOMC, retested support down here. And so I knew that there was a lot of resting liquidity up here in this area, right around 1.063. Now, obviously, we got a little bit more than that today. And the reason for that is because you can also see this long upper wick from this candle. So long upper wicks like this and large bodies like this candle right here, okay, do tend to signal liquidity buildups, okay, liquidity pools, just like this one that occurred back here. So despite the fact that the euro has been very sideways, very indecisive, it's actually moving in a very sensible way when you think about liquidity, because notice back here, same thing, right? Big red candle. So far, we have filled the liquidity that built up back here. And you can say the same thing for the green candle just before that, right? So on the way up, there were a lot of buyers coming in through here. The very next candle took all of those out. All right, so you can see this time and time again, especially in a sideways market, right? Big red candle back here, we took it out through here. Same thing, big red candle, took out the liquidity. All right, you can even see the same thing on some of these wicks, right? So long lower wicks like this right here, we got a partial retracement on the very next one. Once again, this wick right here, partial retracement, partial retracement. So you can probably see where I'm going with this idea. Okay, so far today, right, the market opened pretty much right where Wednesday closed. So we got the close on Wednesday, open on Thursday, the market moved straight up to take out that liquidity. Okay, so now when we look at this and say, where is the next pocket of liquidity? Well, given the fact that the market is still range bound, right? And if we're trading this as a range, then we can say that the next pocket of liquidity is down here based on Wednesday's lower wick. Because again, the market never filled in, it never grabbed the liquidity that is resting down here in this area. Okay, now there's no guarantee that we will get that, and it all comes down to where today closes in relation to this level down here, and especially 1.063. Because I think if the euro starts to reclaim this area up here, okay, if we start to get daily closes up here in this area and reclaim that, then we're looking at a potential new range for the euro with this area down here becoming support and 1.069 becoming resistance. Okay, so it's going to depend on where today closes in terms of whether or not we get something like this from the euro to fill in, again, to grab that liquidity that built up during yesterday's rally. Okay, now the jury is still out on this, but I did tell VIP members earlier today, if you're in Discord, you saw the announcement that I did get short through this area. Okay, so right up here near the high, I got short, looking for a fill of the liquidity down here. Stop is above this high up here, right? So this is not a case where you should go follow me because, I mean, at this point, you don't want to sell the euro right here because it's trading right between those two key levels. So as of right now, this is already about a 2R trade, profit right now, open profit at the moment. So we'll see how this plays out. I mean, it's basically a risk-free trade because if the market were to come back up here, I would just close out and wait to see what we get. Okay, so, as of right now, I do think that there is a decent amount of liquidity down here. So let's map this out, right? So down here, this large wick from Wednesday's rally, right, during FOMC, we know that wicks like this tend to produce a lot of liquidity, a lot of resting liquidity for the market, and markets seek liquidity. They tend to act as magnets for the market. Okay, so after today's move, which, again, yesterday I was calling for something like this from the euro, we'll see now if we get a tag of this liquidity down here over the coming days. It doesn't have to happen immediately, though. Don't think that this has to happen within 24 hours, right? The market could close up here, could close down here, and just go sideways for a few days before we finally get a wick down here, or it may not do it at all. There are no guarantees in this business. all we can do is map out where we think liquidity is and then trade based on our criteria, right? So that's exactly what I did with my short here. Once again, I did announce that in the VIP group, which if you guys want access, we are coming up on the last few hours of the discount that I'm running for our VIP group. So see the link at the top of this video for access. You will get daily videos on 5 to 10 markets. You'll see my trades in real time, and you'll also get exclusive charts and setups in the VIP Discord group, as well as just the ability to ask me any questions that you want, and either myself or one of our other experienced traders can get back to you. Okay, so let's go ahead and wrap this up with the DXY here. And this is another reason why I decided to short the euro today. Because looking at the DXY, the US dollar index, you can see this is the trend line right here that we've been watching now for the past couple of weeks. All right, so we got the breakout here. You can see we got a retest just before FOMC. And this is what I also told members about yesterday, right? We saw the DXY move higher ahead of FOMC. And this right here, this wick, okay, cleared out all of the dollar shorts, right? So this cleared out the dollar shorts. And now today, look what we got. A retest right down there at the same trend line. And we also took out this low. Okay, so once again, we're sweeping longs down here, sweeping shorts up here in this area. And now we also have a gap, okay, from that Wednesday close. So Wednesday closed up here. You can see where today actually opened down here. So given the fact that the DXY is coming off of this support area, also holding above that 105.60 level, right, and still just sideways, we now have a gap up here. So there is a decent chance we see the DXY come up here, fill that gap, maybe even fill in some of this wick from up here, right? Tap that liquidity before we get more range bound price action. So if that were to happen, okay, if the DXY were to close back up here, fill in this gap, maybe that wick, then we are looking at the Euro USD, okay, trading down here toward this liquidity pocket from Wednesday's wick. Okay, so all speculation right now, of course, there are no guarantees. We'll see what happens here. If the DXY were to lose 105.60 over the coming days, then I do think that could be very bearish for the dollar, because it would mean that all of this up here was essentially a fake out or a deviation, in which case we see a much lower dollar in my opinion. But for now, the market is still holding above 105.60, still very sideways and coming off of that short-term trend line. And we also have, in my opinion, quite a bit of liquidity sitting up here for the dollar. So unfinished business up here for the DXY potentially, and then we'll see where we go from there if we do see that liquidity grab. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. I hope it helped. Once again, last few hours of the discount that I'm running for our VIP group. See the link in the description of this video to get in today. It's a massive discount right now, and you will get lifetime access, no ongoing fees or anything else. You'll get daily videos, exclusive setups, and seeing my trades in real time. Trade well this week, and I will talk to you guys again tomorrow.